What's up, guys, and welcome to today's video where we're going to show you how to build a kayak fishing accessory, specifically the Omega rod holder. So this is Miss Sundari Cyphers, and she is, when you say family business, this is a family business. So she's here literally continuing the legacy. What is your actual job title here at YakAttack?
So I think my title on my email is supposed to be branding manager or something along those lines, but in actuality.
But I saw you pushing carts and moving boxes and organizing inventory earlier.
Yeah,
right?
I do a little bit of everything. I manage our graphic designer, and then I help out with production. I help out with shipping. I was packing boxes last week to help with.
So you're still managing the brand.
Yeah.
So anyway, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna turn it over because she knows this business inside and out, because legitimately, I've been involved with YakAttack since it was this tall and she was this tall. When it used to be assembled on the dining room table, and Luther literally had boxes stacked up in the garage. Then it moved from there to Farmville, and then from Farmville to Burkeville, and then now back to Farmville. And I remember going to YakAttack when her and her sister were literally being homeschooled in a room upstairs. So I've literally watched this company grow and watched this young lady grow, used to be a little girl, but young lady grow into a powerhouse in this industry. And so she's going to actually walk us through the process, because I'm not sure a lot of people understand that these parts are designed, the tooling is made in-house, the fixturing is made in-house. The only machines they don't make are the injection molded machines, and that's what allows YakAttack to be so aggressive in product development and to be agile in such a dynamic industry. A part that could be produced in YakAttack would cost several $100,000 in some cases in product development, tooling, fixturing, and things like that, but they're able to do it here. So I'm going to shut up, turn it over to Sundari. She's going to walk you through the process of how an injection molded part is made.
With injection molding, I think the easiest way to explain it is like water guns that little kids have, where they pull back the plunger and it shoots out the water. And so we have our dryers here behind us. The dryers dry the material, get it ready to go, and it's stuffed into the tube, into the machine. It pulls back the plunger and it pushes it into the cavity of the mold, and out pops little plastic widgets.
Now, when she says material, she's presupposing that a lot of you guys understand how things are made. So by material, we mean resin. And resin is legitimately a plastic, different compositions depending on the part you make, but it's a plastic powder.
All right, so once the parts come out of the machine, they are dropped into these big boxes that we call gaylords, dropped into the gaylords and pushed out to our degating and deburring stations. Sometimes there's a little bit of extra plastic where there's not supposed to be, so we just kind of trim that up, get it really nice, just make it look super clean, and then it's taken over to the workstation. So this is where we make our lock and load system. This fixture was designed in-house by one of our engineers, and we're going to take our lock and load base.
It was designed and built in-house. That's the other part.
A
lot of times people design something and outsource it, but this entire machine was designed, built, assembled, and more importantly, maintained, because I've actually been in the lean manufacturing industry for a long time when I was in the Navy, and watched processes that come to a screeching halt if a machine happens to fail, and there's a domino effect throughout the building. But because everybody in YakAttack builds this thing, it's easy to maintain, and if a part breaks, they just make another one and they're back up and running like that.
Yeah, so we have our injection molded pieces. This is kind of the outside of our lock and load base. And after it's been drilled out, we are gonna pop it into the fixture. We're gonna take our pin, put it into the little slot, take our safety and trigger here, put them together, and we're just gonna pop that up. Check it for quality. Make sure everything's working right.
On for the next station.
Yep.
All right, so depending on the part and the number of assembly pieces, we skipped a few steps because there's some polishing, there's some hand assembly, there's some other things. But now what we've come down to is final assembly and packaging. As a former retail shop owner, really great packaging like this is hard to come by. And this young lady actually designed this packaging, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago, which means she was 18 going on 19. And this is one of the simpler ones, but they have all of the packaging for all of the YakAttack products she redesigned to have really good POP, which stands for point of purchase appeal. But it's also, a number of them have multiple folds, but it's really clever that the way it was all put together. So I know you were gonna toot your own horn, but the other thing is she actually went out of her way to rebrand as the brand manager of the company. So yeah, so show us the final step of an Omega rod holder going on the backer board so that it ends up in a retail shop hanging there for one of these guys to buy it.
Okay. So the first step, we're just gonna make our collar so that we can pop it into the packaging. It's gonna go through that hole, slide it right in, and twist the collar so that it's nice and secure. From there, we're gonna take our completed lock and lid base, put it in the back, and then we're gonna put our hardware in. It's gonna be a bolt, a spring so that it holds tension when you go to adjust it, and that knob's gonna go on there.
So basically, guys, we've gone from dust into an injection molded machine that compressed it, made a part, and injection molded it. Those parts are cooled, polished, sorted. There's some pre-assembly done, and then we come over here to the final rigging assembly stage. And then the packaging itself, like I said, is genius because it also is an anti-theft thing, because this stuff right here is not flimsy. You can't just tear this thing apart. In fact, it's sometimes a chore to even get your YakAttack part out of the packaging, but that serves two purposes. It shows the part off nice. The story of what the product does is told, and the packaging shows the product off so you can see what it does. So you have the POP, the point of purchase, in the signage and in the backer board, but you also see the product itself. And I think a lot of companies miss the mark on putting their product inside of a package, and the package itself doesn't tell the story. And what I also love about it is the usage and assembly instructions are there, photos of it being used, everything you really need to know. You can pick this product up, you can read the story, you can read the features, you can turn it over and you can see it. And it's also written in Fisherman. There's pictures. So there you go. And then from there, it goes into boxes, gets stacked on pallets, and gets shipped out to your local retailer. And as a guy that specialized in efficiency the last half of my career in the military, I gotta say, watching this thing grow, the level of efficiency and continuous process improvement that both Luther, the family, and the rest of this world-class team that he's assembled maintain with the amount of chaos. Because Luther's a lot like me. We have these ideas, we're like idea factories, and so just as everybody gets a process lined out and they've got a process flow for a new product, what happens? There's a new product. No, yep, I'm just saying there's a whole new product. Yeah. And just as everybody gets used to everything, in the true entrepreneurial fashion, something else is coming down the pipeline. And what people don't realize is that every time a new product idea comes out, this entire flow process has to be set up for that new product, but it also has to be integrated into the flow to not disrupt the machine that's been put in place to build all the other awesome products. So one of the things that I'm proud of being a part of this whole thing is that early on YakAttack was a safety company with a flag, and the original slogan was be safe, be visible, be seen, be visible. And that transitioned into not a safety company, but a rigging and a solutions company. So rigging the dream is the call to action. It really is what it does. It rigs our ability to live our dream, and to do it in such a small town in Farmville, Virginia is even more amazing. All right, well, thank you, ma'am. Listen, if you guys want to learn more about all of the awesome products available from YakAttack, check out the website, yakattack.us, and be sure to follow them on all their socials because we got some awesome giveaways coming. See you on the next video.